Chocolate, the beloved treat enjoyed by millions, faces a grave threat. Climate change is altering weather patterns, bringing increased aridity to many parts of the world. This poses a significant risk to cocoa production, the essential ingredient in chocolate. As temperatures rise and rainfall patterns become increasingly erratic, cocoa-producing regions are experiencing prolonged droughts and water scarcity. These conditions stress cocoa trees, making them more susceptible to diseases and pests. The livelihoods of millions of cocoa farmers, particularly in developing countries, are intricately linked to this vulnerable crop. Urgent action is needed to address the root causes of this crisis and ensure the sustainability of this beloved commodity. Northeast Brazil and West Africa, two major cocoa-producing regions, stand as stark examples of climate change's impact. These regions are particularly susceptible to aridity, with rainfall patterns already highly variable. In northeast Brazil, cocoa farms are struggling to cope with prolonged periods of drought. Farmers are facing reduced yields and lower quality cocoa beans, threatening their livelihoods. Similarly, in West Africa, rising temperatures and erratic rainfall are taking their toll. As droughts become more frequent and severe, cocoa yields are declining, impacting the incomes of millions of smallholder farmers. Investing in drought-resistant cocoa varieties, improving water management practices, and promoting sustainable farming techniques are crucial steps to ensure the long-term viability of cocoa production. The implications of climate change-induced aridity extend far beyond the realm of chocolate production. Aridity leads to soil degradation, making it difficult for vegetation to grow. This loss of vegetation cover exacerbates soil erosion, further diminishing soil fertility and reducing the land's ability to support plant life. The consequences are particularly dire for regions heavily reliant on agriculture, as declining soil health directly impacts crop yields and food security. Moreover, aridity increases the risk of wildfires, which release harmful greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, further contributing to climate change. Economically, aridity poses significant challenges to livelihoods and economic development, particularly in regions heavily dependent on agriculture and natural resources. Investing in sustainable land management practices, promoting water conservation, and reducing greenhouse gas emissions are essential steps to mitigate the far-reaching consequences of this growing threat. While climate change plays a significant role in exacerbating aridity, it is essential to acknowledge the role of human activities in driving this environmental crisis. Deforestation, unsustainable agricultural practices, and the relentless pursuit of economic growth without regard for environmental consequences have all contributed to the alarming rate of land degradation and water scarcity. Deforestation removes vital tree cover that helps regulate water cycles and prevent soil erosion. Unsustainable agricultural practices, including intensive monoculture farming, excessive tillage, and the overuse of chemical fertilizers and pesticides, further degrade soil health and deplete water resources. Industrial activities, particularly those that require large amounts of water or release pollutants into the environment, can exacerbate water scarcity and contribute to land degradation. The overextraction of groundwater for industrial purposes further depletes aquifers, leading to water shortages and land subsidence. Embracing sustainable land management practices, promoting responsible consumption patterns, and transitioning to more equitable and environmentally conscious economic models are essential steps to mitigate the human footprint on our planet's delicate ecosystems. Despite the daunting challenges posed by aridity, there is hope. By taking swift and decisive action, we can mitigate the effects of this environmental crisis and chart a more sustainable path forward. Implementing a multifaceted approach that encompasses sustainable land management practices, water conservation measures, and climate change mitigation is crucial to safeguarding our planet's future. Implementing techniques such as agroforestry, which integrates trees into agricultural systems, can help restore soil health, improve water infiltration, and create more resilient landscapes. Water conservation measures are equally important in arid and semi-arid regions. Implementing efficient irrigation systems such as drip irrigation can significantly reduce water waste and improve water use efficiency. Addressing the root causes of climate change is crucial to mitigating the long-term impacts of aridity. By working together to implement these measures, we can restore degraded lands, conserve precious water resources, and create a more sustainable and resilient future for all. The fight against aridity and its impact on cocoa production is not solely the responsibility of farmers or governments. It requires a collective effort from all stakeholders involved in the chocolate industry, from bean to bar. Consumers, manufacturers, and retailers all have a role to play in ensuring the sustainability of this beloved treat. By choosing to support companies committed to ethical sourcing and sustainable practices, consumers can incentivize the industry to adopt more environmentally friendly approaches. Chocolate manufacturers have a responsibility to invest in sustainable sourcing practices and support the livelihoods of cocoa farmers. This includes paying fair prices for cocoa beans, providing technical assistance to farmers on sustainable farming techniques, and investing in research and development of drought-resistant cocoa varieties. Retailers can promote sustainable chocolate options by providing shelf space to ethically sourced and sustainably produced chocolate brands and educating consumers about the importance of making responsible choices. By working together, we can create a more resilient and sustainable cocoa supply chain that benefits farmers, protects the environment, and ensures that future generations can continue to enjoy the pleasure of chocolate. The specter of a world without chocolate serves as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our planet and the far-reaching impacts of climate change. Aridity, driven by both human activities and a changing climate, poses a significant threat to cocoa production, livelihoods, and ecosystems worldwide. The time to act is now, and it requires a united global effort. Governments must take the lead in enacting policies that promote sustainable land management practices, incentivize water conservation, and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. International cooperation is crucial to share knowledge, resources, and best practices to combat aridity effectively. Raising awareness among consumers about the impact of their choices is paramount. By embracing a global perspective, fostering collaboration, and taking decisive action, we can turn the tide against this environmental crisis and create a more sustainable and equitable world for all.